Hey guys, gonna talk to you about my experience this year at Metrocon. Let me tell you, right off the bat, not gonna have the greatest explanation of how the whole entire event was, because being that I am a grown adult who has a full-time job and wasn't able to take off really for this event, I did not get to spend a lot of time there. But the time I did spend there was fantastic. So I'm gonna kind of quickly go over some of the things that I got to do when I went there. I did not spend that much time in the dealer's hall because, well, most of the times I ended up getting there, there was only like an hour to 30 minutes left for it to be open. And so I just kind of went in there, did like the first day on Thursday, I was able to go and do like one full lap to look kind of through what was there, and finally like see a actual artist that I know from, that I've been a fan of, that lives in Miami, that actually came out to the con here. So I was like, oh snap, she's gonna be here, that's dope, maybe I can get some art. But you know, there wasn't a whole lot of time left when I went there on Thursday and actually got to her booth, so I had to wait till the next day to get my piece, which I will show you guys later. And I will actually need to add it to my wonderful nerdy section that I got going on over here. On to some of the things I did get to do on Thursday. I would have loved to have gone to, you know, the opening event to see, you know, how the whole theme of this year, because I believe it was Virtues and Vices was the theme. Wish I got to like see more of the stuff that went along with that, but unfortunately I just was not able to because of when I got there. There was an event called Metro Night Live, one of the first things I was able to go to, and it was basically kind of like their Saturday Night Live, different sketches and stuff like that, that, you know, I had to deal with nerdy stuff. Got a little bit of footage of that I will definitely try and show you guys. And well, I gotta say, there was some funny stuff. They like had some, you know, digital sketches, like digital shorts, and along with the live, you know, sketches as well. And a lot it was kind of cool, like some of the digital shorts were kind of like a continuous like series of little bits, with Luigi being a Let's Player, and you know, he's all about trying to be kid friendly, but he keeps running into all these violent games, and then eventually it just kind of ends with him playing games where he's completely murdering everybody and loving every bit of it. It was funny.
Back with the finals of Iron Cosplay America already underway.
That's right, Chuck. We last left Angela. She was hard at work on her Shield Hero cosplay. Let's recap.
Okay, so there's this character named Philo, and she's just so passionate and bubbly and happy all the time, but she has this interaction with a zombie dragon, and I just wanted to warp them together like it's rotting her away from the inside and just take away a lot of that innocence.
All right, let's see how she's doing now.
Ah! Gluing individual feathers? Really? It's fine, Just draw with magic marker.
Looks like she's having trouble finishing this one at the last minute after spending the last few months playing Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's really gonna cut into her time, Chuck. Oh, looks like she's gonna try to glue on those individual feathers with a hot glue gun.
Ah! And it's a bird! How many times is that today, Chuck?
At least 14 cents lunch, Chuck. Oh, looks like she's gonna try to reshape those wings with a heat gun now.
Ah!
And it's another burn.
Ooh, that one looks like it hurt.
Rest assured, Chuck, it did. Oh, looks like she's gonna try to fix that melted part with an X-Acto knife.
And it's another bird!
What are the odds, Chuck?
Let's get down there and see how she's doing. Tell me, what got you into cosplay?
Well, I noticed with my regular day job, I deal with a lot of stress, and I just wanted to use this as a hobby to reduce that stress, and it's just done wonders for my passion for my regular day job.
That sounds like fun.
And it looks like the judges are now going to add a secret ingredient to the project.
Mr. Fluffles, what are you doing? You peed on my pants!
That's right, Chuck. The secret ingredient was cat pee.
Well, it looks like she's going to try to cover up that cat pee with some Axe body spray.
Oh, one of our sponsors.
That's right, Chuck. Axe body spray. No guts, no glory, no shame, no showers.
Okay, Google, find me the nearest cat shelter.
Now it looks like she's putting on those pants from China that are clearly 2 sizes too small.
That's right, Chuck. And that notification is the sound that her Uber to the convention center is apparently already here. See, she can throw it all together.
And she is on her way!
That's right, Chuck. That's right. But she's not behind half of it anyways. Join us again in the next few months when she's dumb enough to try all this again.
That's right, it'll be our Holiday Matsuri Christmas edition.
Love that con, Chuck. Good night, everybody.
Woo!
And welcome to It's Metrocon!
We're part of you now.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Wow, you must be 3 times as powerful now that you're a Doug Trio.
Yeah.
I did not consent to this. I'm not cool with you guys all up on me.
Look, we saw how you had it with the battling and the experience, and we just wanted in on it too. Yeah.
I really don't like you guys all up in my space.
Look, man, relax. It's cool to cuddle with your homies. Just gotta share some love. Yeah.
Wait. Dude, are you coming on to me?
First of all, it is 2019, and ain't nobody got time for your hateful, backwoods thinking ass. No. Secondly, it's this kind of thinking that is causing toxic masculinity in the male-centric platonic relationships. You ungrateful bastard.
No, you've got me all wrong. I'm totally cool with gay people. I'm not prejudiced towards anyone.
Look, man, I'm not even gay. I'm not even into rock types. He is, though. It's a good thing, too, because you was about to be a duck duo. And we were about to make you Diglett candy.
How can you just stand there and let this happen?
How am I supposed to know how any of this works? I'm just a kid.
You could have pressed B, you ignorant bitch!
Uh-oh. patches to keep you under control. Come on, let's do it together.
Yeah, let's go kick some electricized butt with our legs that I can't find. Trail.
Genos, that girl, she gave sweaty fingers.
So, Hector.
She said heck you too, but she said first.
Heck you, Spooby.
I ain't no dang Spooby. Okay. What's a Spooby?
I have no idea, but she was talking to you.
I want to punch you right now.
It's a sad day, Genos.
What are you even talking about?
It's a sad day. Cyborg gets called a Spooky by a little girl, gives him sweet fingers, says heck you twice. Cyborg does nothing about it. It's a sad day.
What am I supposed to do? I'm getting food from Master Saitama.
You are supposed to scare her. Little girls are scared of cyborgs. Have you ever seen Terminator? Apparently not. You go over there, you scare her, she will run away. I guarantee it'll work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, let me try this. Hey, girl. You said you called me Spooby. Then gave me squid fingers. Come over here and say it to my face.
Oh no.
She's coming over here. She's not just coming over. She's coming right the heck on over.
Okay. She's trying to call you a bluff. You call her bluff. You go over there, scare her, it'll work.
Right. Hey, you called me Spooby. Said heck you. Twice. Why don't you say it to my face?
Do what now? Listen here, Optimus Prime, or whoever the heck you think you are. If I get in your face, I'm gonna fill this street with more scrap metal than the entire planet of Jakku. You hear me?
Oh no.
Can we just, easy killer, can we just keep it verbal, maybe not make it physical? Like,
Oh, heck no. Don't flip the script now. When I was standing over here but 5 seconds ago, you were scowling like you were looking for John Connor. Now look at you. You're like a TI-82.
Oh.
You ain't threatening. Ain't got no robo-bling. Ain't rolling with an android posse. Got no Jarvis talking in your head.
Oh, I got that.
Heck, you ain't even got any armor plate. You're like a flip phone. I think I can take a. Throw up those panini presses. Let's dance.
Oh, shit, that's also the panini presses?
I don't want to fight this little girl. What do I do?
Okay. Maybe if you talk enough smack, she'll back down. Maybe.
Girl, I am about to punch you in the chest so hard, your shoulders are gonna touch.
Not good.
I tell you what, you ever dream of putting your hands on me, you best wake up and apologize. I'm a bad little girl. I'm about to hit you with so many lefts, you're gonna be begging me for a right. You ever see me fighting a bear? You jump in and help the bear. You hear me? I tell you what. Oh, don't look around every which way. I'm about to whip your butt.
She doesn't get out of there. She put the H before the W. She's going full cool whip on you. Get out of there.
Come over here and help get your number 7 hero butt over here and help me, you turd burglar.
I tell you what, if I ever call and you're on the phone with God, you best switch over and find out what the heck I want.
Man, okay. You know what, Genos? You're right. Let's go do what we were going to do. Tornado, you get back
Oh,
to step
heck
up.
no,
Oh,
Superman! I'm about to whip you and your speaking spell over there. Now get your muscle butt out of here before I scar your other eye.
I have reassessed the situation. Genos, you got this. I believe in you. I'm going to go play some more combat. Get back to whatever. You know, take your time. It's fine.
All the superheroes end up with the one without superpowers.
Alright, what's going on here? I'll tell you, Your Honor. I was walking down the street and Major Kusanagi over there bumped into me. Now, I don't care if it's National Robotics Week, I made a face.
It's April 2nd, by the way, in case anyone was wondering.
I gave him squid fingers. Next thing I know, he's freaking out worse than a computer during Y2K. He's beeping and booping, hipping and hopping, telling me to walk over to his side of the street. So,
I oblige. I walk over, and then he starts walking over to me. He's beeping and booping, hipping and hopping, like all the music nowadays. Your Honor, I don't know if you know, but all music's made by machines now. So he's doing his beeping and bop thing, walks over to me, I walk over to him, and he says, "Get out of my face." Once again, I oblige. At this point, I've been really cooperative, and the Major and I have been just standing in the street, exchanging pleasantries.
Yeah, I'm sure. Tell me more down at the station.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was a cool event to go to. The next thing that I ended up going to that night, let me see, what was it? Oh, so let's see. Yeah, after that, the next thing I went to happened to be Whose Line Is an Anime. So basically, it was, playing, Whose Line Is It Anyway games with a bit of nerdy, themes in there, and man, that was super fun. One of the things that they ended up doing was unlikely superheroes, and I got to be a part of that thing, and it was hilarious. The thing about that is they get 4 people who have these ridiculous superhero names, which lend themselves to some weird powers or whatever. And they gave us a random thing we had to fix. So what we had to do was fix the slurper machine at a gas station, basically. And the first hero happens to be the slurper. So it was very funny. So he's acting out, he realizes what the problem is, but he knows that he can't handle it, so he gets to call out one of his buddies who ended up coming, and it happened to be who is the second person? Who is the second hero's name? Oh, Patchwork. So Patchwork was just really good at just putting things together, but it still wasn't quite working for fixing the ice cream machine, because he was just more so putting together all of the hot dogs that the slurper would then slurp. So it didn't really help any issue there. So we had to call in Esophagus Girl, and all she was doing was eating things too. So it's just how is this helpful? And so eventually I'm the last person to go in, and they have to say, "Look, it's Toothpick Boy." So I'm just trying to make all these toothpick puns, is let's see how we can stick it to the Slurpee machine. Maybe you can pick something out of there, and we can use me as a tool to fix the thing. So the Slurper actually comes, picks me up, and I'm sticking my hand out, and they all try to pick me up and use me as a dang on screwdriver to fix the Slurpee machine. It was hilarious. It was so fun. And there was a lot of fun times.
We're trying to find a way out. Yeah. We're trying to find our way out. All right. Let's go.
And scene. And that's how you kill a bunny.
Oh, what game is this?
It's that new thing. You didn't know? It's that new thing hitting Japan all around. It says it's Ohana is family. We are family now.
Oh, now it's launching up. It's it's developed by the developers of Buffy 3D.
All right. I think we may have gotten the wrong game or something. All right.
Hello, fellow traveler. Who hates the rock
Good day to you too, sir. Trying to understand Hebrew.
Well, I'm sorry. I think we may have gotten the wrong game.
Did you
right?
kill this rabbit?
Do you understand Hebrew?
I do not.
I mean, the bunny was part of the quest.
He killed the bunny. He did it.
Hold on, let me see
I'm
this
part of this.
All right.
I was actually going to do something. I was doing
It's
something too.
it's the quest line I got from the town tavern guy.
This just says John.
Yeah, that is John, obviously. See? Look, it's John Longhair.
Does anybody care that I'm doing the number 2?
I mean, it's explicit for a PG-13 game, but you know what? I'm gonna try and get out real quick. All right? I think we may have messed up. All right?
Is it PG-13 or rated T for teen?
The logout button is missing, and instead it says how to fix Metrocon. Oh God! Wait!
We must find Metrocon and whatever it is, slay it.
Well, we don't even know what Metrocon is.
Oh no, I have been told what Metrocon is. It came from a wise seer that spoke softly and said, "Why does my ice cream keep falling?"
Sky, hear the battle cry. The battle cry that is, alas, the Opsum orphanage burned down.
I think
So what you're saying is Metrocon is in the orphanage.
it may have been what was the orphanage, but I think we should form a party, and our party name should be. I can't believe you just said that.
I like it.
I
You
know.
believe what I said. I said to burn down the orphanage. You should also believe what I say after this.
Put the turkey back.
Yes.
It was a rabbit.
I told you it was a rabbit. I'm not.
Why are you calling it a turkey?
It's not a turkey. It's a rabbit.
Guys, let's not fight.
Does rabbits have feathers?
But I have no Cronus.
Everybody knows that a rabbit has feathers.
I should have just solo run the entire game before inviting them. I really should have.
I'm sorry, but am I lost in the fact that this guy has no Cronus? The last time I saw somebody with no Cronus, you know, he actually said to me, the Pokemon has an existential crisis.
Existential crisis?
An existential crisis? So what you're saying is, the Pokemon known as Metrocon in the burned down orphanage is having an existential crisis.
Existential crisis!
I swear it's like he's speaking Hebrew.
I didn't take Hebrew as a starting language. I have no idea.
Mom, I can't come down right now. Sorry, that was my mother.
That's all right.
Wait a minute, you can actually get out of the game?
He's a hacker! I see it! It's not his real name. His real name is, and of their hair burned to ash.
Well, that was my fake name. Or it really is pickle juice shot straight out of my head.
I shall.
What sword?
I shall. Why did you try to pick a fight with Naruto, Deku, and Goku at the same time?
I highly doubt you are that high level.
Well, I am a fast learner after all.
I've
And
tried
you
this
know
side.
what fast learners say. Oh, really?
Yes.
You know what I say to that?
What?
I say, and then the Fire Nation attacked. The Fire Nation attacked. All of them. The whole entire Fire Nation attacked you because you betrayed me. I am the Fire Nation.
However, you cannot defeat me, for I have purchased the high ground. The high ground. Ah! It's too high.
Roses,
Dang it! The Earth Nation cheated me.
roses are red, sugar is sweet. A line that I cannot read.
My lord.
That actually captured my heart.
I know. He's so poetic, isn't he?
So poetic.
A leader you could die for. And we shall march onto his enemies and scream his battle cry. I would rather sniff a fart straight from the source than...
Oh, giant turkeys! Giant turkeys!
And what, good sir?
Blank! It was blank.
Giant turkey!
How dare
Right
they
off
peasants?
the distance!
Shink!
Well done, Squire.
Thank you, my lord.
What is actually wrong with you?
I believe that was Hebrew for
show. A lot of dancing going on in the hall because they had like a kind of a mini DJ dude, like just playing all the jams from the good ones to the ones that make everyone dance. You know, your cha-cha slides and all that good stuff, along with your regular good old meme music. Gotta have that there too. So yeah, it was a fun time, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else, because I feel like that was the last thing I got to do on Thursday.
I'm looking out here, and I'm seeing a bunch of guys with some low IQs. You want to bump up that IQ? Rick and Morty. You can boost your IQ to levels beyond your imagination. Now, I know you might be looking at this not thinking as much because your IQ is so low currently. Watch this show, and your mind will open up to the possibilities of the universe. I don't know the whole topic process, but pretend I said it right now or look it up. Yeah, it's Rick and Morty, and it's funny. Watch it. I got nothing on it. 30 seconds. Szechuan sauce. You ever heard about that stuff? That stuff is clinically proven to cure all your ailments. It'll make your liver bigger. It'll make your toes and fingers longer. I don't know if you want that, but it'll do it. It'll cure cancer. Pickle Rick is pretty much a deity in African countries. You look at Pickle Rick and you worship that man. Once your IQ is high enough. I got more information. Here's the copy. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You can't give him a manifesto. Take it back.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Futurama in 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you want to talk about a show with a high IQ? You're looking at Futurama. The show uses real math, real science. Fox went all out with this. It got canceled twice, brought back, and its fans demanded because it is that good. Rick and Morty, on the other hand, gets everything handed to us like a special little child. It's not comedy, it's satire. Satire means it pokes fun at reality, and it continues on today. To this day, it is still regarded as one of the classic animation from Fox. You don't get that anymore. Drinking was also heavily. That's both. Drinking are both. You can't really. I love Bender. Yeah. Yes. I don't know. I think Bender could drink Rick under the table. Maybe.
Bender would make his own drinking game with blackjack and hookers.
Well, you go with the blacks.
We all over that.
Ready for your rebuttal? 30 seconds, go.
30 seconds. You know what show hasn't been canceled at all, and in fact is getting a bunch more seasons? I don't remember how many. 1,000 more seasons? 1,000 more seasons. That's right, Rick and Morty. Because the big brains, the big brains over at Adult Swim, they know what's up. Justin Justin Roiland, that guy's pretty cool. He's not in that show. Even though obviously not. Nah, I ran out of
Ready? 30 seconds, start now.
Rick and Morty is all speculation crap. It panders to kids. It panders to really any generation, but it doesn't take fun of reality. Rick steals the face of everyone around him. Morty's a weak. Can't say that word in public. Every other character is so boring.
So everyone's, All right, by a show of hands, who believes that Futurama has won this argument? You can't let your biases get at you guys.
Don't make me choose.
All right, who believes that Rick and Morty won this battle?
real high IQ individuals.
I think this one goes to Futurama.
Yeah. So the whose line is an anime was my closing event. I had to go home. I was tired. And yeah. Then my second day, I finally get to go and chat to the artist that I've been following for a little while, and It is Takesha Ray. She's amazing. You should check her out. The Instagram Art by Sushi. She does commissions, and I'm gonna show you what my commission is in just a moment. Woo! So there's this little game called Bloody Roar 2 that I used to love on my PlayStation 2, and there's one character that I was like, yo, she fights so good and she kind of cute. I like that. So my Bloody Roar waifu, I ended up asking to get commissioned by Takesha Ray, who I hopefully you guys ended up following her, but this is what she was able to do with a little bit of pen and paper. Ooh, oh my, look at Sheena the leopard. Ooh, she's a little foxy little thing even though she's actually a leopard. Ooh, cat's out the bag. So yeah, this is gonna get added to my little lovely nerdy corner of justice. It'll be in here eventually. For now, I'll put her in front of the major, Kusanagi there. But yeah, awesome there. So yeah, I got to put in that order for that I actually ended up picking up on Saturday because, you know, since I had been getting there where there's only like an hour to 30 minutes left of having the merchant hall, you know, open. She, you know, had to end up doing it in the morning, and I had to come pick it up at night when I finally got off of work. But anyway, on to some other things that I got to do on the Friday. So I ended up getting to go to, what's the first thing I was able to get to? I kind of wanted to do, I did want to do an Anime Jeopardy thing, but then I realized, oh snap, my lovely crew is here like usual, so I need to go see him, support the crew. Noise complaint. Yay! Tap dancing and cosplay mixed together. They got to do the 90s set. They had a few different changes, and it was cool because they like even called back to what happened last year, because they had a Friday show that they didn't know was gonna happen because they thought they canceled it, but it still ended up being there, so they had to do the show, you know, short some of their cast members, and so they tried to hark it back to be like, how many of you guys, you know, were here last year when we didn't know we had the Friday show? And I was like, ooh, me. There's like only like about 3 of us who were there for last year's you know, missing person performance. But either way, this time they had most of the people except for Alex, who was one of their principal actors and dancers in their troupe. And so it was definitely strange not seeing them there, but they put on a great set. I'll definitely have some more footage of their show put here, and this time to try and support them because they continue to expand. So look forward to more content coming onto their YouTube channel. But the merch I ended up getting from them this time, because I'm pretty sure last time I ended up getting last time I ended up getting one of their bracelets, but this time they had DVDs about their whole year they had from 2017 to 2018. So still have yet to watch it, but they do have quite a bit of footage of their shows that I am definitely looking forward to. And then this Batman thing that's on the bonus content is actually something that you guys can watch on their YouTube channel. It's great. It's with Dee Capella, who also was at Metrocon, but unfortunately I wasn't able to see because of my whole work situation. Both of their shows ended up being at 2 p.m. and I didn't get out of work until 6, and it takes about 30 minutes for me to get there. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't see Dee Capella. Wish I could have, but hey, it is what it is. hopefully I can go to Holiday Matsuri and see you guys there. But what was great also about doing that is I got to really chat with some of the crew members of Noise Complaint because they really started recognizing me. It's like, hey, you always come out. That's really great. It's great that you always come out. And I was like, got to support. So that was really cool to chat with them and even find out one of them is going on to be a neurosurgeon. Basically, it's always like, wow, that's amazing. You're super talented in the art field, and you're also extremely intelligent in academics as well. That's great. So props to you. And so.
Not stealing. Nobody's stealing. Ooh. Hello. No. Don't ever give me a microphone. First rule of me. No. Who spent too much money in the dealer hall? Right? Who's like, I don't have rent money. Yeah. No. Oh, she doesn't have rent money. We bought the cutest little stuffed cat, and he's so angry. Sorry.
Anyway, so how many of you guys were here at our show last year? On the Friday night at 6 p.m. No, at Metrocon. Friday night, 6 p.m. So it is, and here's why. 3 people in this room will remember that specific show where we didn't know we had a show. It was supposed to be canceled, but something got lost in translation, and it's fine. But we found out 20 minutes before we were supposed to be a show that there was a show. And Noise Complaint does not cancel a show for anything except a squishy stage. We will cancel a show for a squishy stage. It got wet. So anyway, the 3 of you will remember that show as the 2.5-person show.
It was still fun though.
We had a great time. We still talk about that show. It was supposed to be our Disney show, and instead it wasn't Alice looking for Sora, it was Alice looking for Noise Complaint's 6 p.m. show. So, we found it. We have slightly more people this year.
Woo.
The Friday night show, we made it. It's fine. We knew that the show was happening this time.
One of us is still in traffic.
Actually, yes, Alex is still in traffic. That's his own fault. He was supposed to leave work at 12. He left at 3. That's his fault. Anyway, so next time when you see him tomorrow, the curly hair, just be like, you missed last night's show and we're mad at you.
We're not mad, we're disappointed.
Ooh.
Jaden, make sure you tell him. I am mad at you.
I will.
Or just give him a thumbs down. You want to keep going? Yeah, so this is our 90s cartoon show. How many of you guys have seen our 90s cartoon show? Awesome. Well, we always try to add new things. So we have extra fun stuff this weekend. Tomorrow's our Avengers show. It's brand new. Please come see it. It's the most fun we've ever had on stage, second to this set. So like, thanks.
What's the rule?
Oh, right, thank you.
You're welcome.
They're so good. What's the rule of our show?
Someone falls, put it on YouTube.
Yes, if someone falls, put it on YouTube. It's your turn.
I don't like having turns.
How many of us on stage have fallen?
4 times.
It's your turn.
Just too coordinated.
We're not trying hard enough, but we're not going to call me out on that one.
You just did. Okay, so finish this.
You ever been told to talk on the microphone and you're like, no, I don't know what to say right now. But no, so, like she said, the rule is if anybody falls, put it on YouTube, tag us all over social media because we're all over the place and we'll talk about that in a little while. But, you ready? Without further ado, we are Noise Complaints! I'll go this way.
It's been a while since I've seen anyone. I feel like I haven't seen Blossom forever. And Buttercup, who even knows what she's doing? Huh. I haven't seen any of my friends from Crystal Cove or anywhere in the longest time. I wonder what's up with that. It's getting kind of Saturday mornings have come and went. And no one's here. I should go find them, right?
Yeah.
Then I will.
After that, I ended up going over to a panel, like a discussion panel, called the Death of the 3 Episode Rule, where these two gentlemen and kind of the wife of one of the gentlemen ended up just discussing with the whole entire room of why the way anime is distributed and also created nowadays, that the 3 episode rule really doesn't need to, exist anymore. And to me, it's never even been a thing. So a lot of the points that they were making in the panel was very similar to the way I operate, and I basically ended up discussing this in a little bit in the following day's panel, but with the same people. But the way I generally consume anime now is I keep up I try to keep up with the daily uploads on Funimation of the current season, and then like once I catch up with what came out that specific day, I'll just start continue binge watching some other show that has completely finished, whether it be a super old show that I always wanted to watch, or even shows that on platforms that I never had before, like on Amazon Prime, because I just recently got that, so I'm like trying to go through all the shows that came out on there, or things like on Netflix, that, because those always come in bulk, or just shows I want to rewatch. So it makes no sense for me to do the 3-episode rule. Basically, I just watch whatever comes out, and then if it gets to a point where I just don't feel like keeping up with that show anymore, I just drop it. I don't count episodes or anything. I just say, nope, not feeling it, done. And I've done that with One and Done. In fact, I haven't finished an episode and said nope. And then sometimes I'll be maybe 5, 6, 10 episodes in and be like, yep, nope. Alright, 10 is an exaggeration, but like about 5 episodes into the series, and I'm just like, yeah, I just don't feel like watching this anymore, because one, it's either super confusing, or it's because the writing is poor, or something like that. So yeah, just to the 3-episode rule. I mean, it's not really necessary anymore these days. And then the next thing I thought about going to go see was going to be the J-Rock is Not Dead, a visual kei panel, because I got to see that done at Holiday Matsuri, because it also had Teppei Baka doing it again. So I was gonna see if anything changed, but I was like, yo, I'm still way too tired, cause work just been killing me. I gotta go home. So we move on to Saturday. Saturday, I ended up trying to see if in this last day that I was gonna be able to go, I could find any other merch that I wanted to get. And unfortunately, I didn't really see any. And I even tried to see if there was something I thought maybe someone else would like, so I can gift something, because I know not all of my friends are able to go to cons. So I was like, man, maybe I could get something for someone else, but just didn't quite end up happening. So I just went ahead downstairs to where all the panels were held, and the first thing I remember ended up going to happens to be, yeah, the special guest unplugged panel, which basically had pretty much all the voice actors that they had come by, and along with a famous YouTuber who does a lot of covers of nerdy music, including anime covers and video game covers and musicals and stuff like that. A great musician. So the people who were on the panel, or the Q&A panel, were Lucy Christian, Cara Edwards, Josh Grell, Caleb Hiles, Amanda Lee, David Machanga, Monica Rial, Alexis Tipton, and I feel maybe I missed one. Maybe one's not. No, that was all of them. But yeah, so those are some pretty nice names. Some pretty nice names in there. I was still super just kind of flabbergasted to see freaking Monica Rial was there. I was like, oh my gosh. Being that I mainly watch stuff on Funimation, I hear her voice all of the time. And one of the questions that came up, which I was hoping to like bring up as a question, but to find out that Monica Rial is like one of the characters that she holds dear, along with the show itself, is Tanya Saga the Evil. Cause y'all, that show is so good show is so good, and she did a really great job with it as well. And she just kind of loves the not only how bonkers she gets to be in it, the action in it, but also the political talk, the strategic military talk, along with even religious talk. It's a very good show. Very, very good show. Highly recommend it. And I just wish I could see the dub again, because Funimation has been weird and like doesn't have it up anymore. Fix that. But yeah, they answered some really cool questions, and it was cool to hear, you know, even stuff that they're doing outside of voice acting, because a lot of them do like stage work, they do voiceover for commercials, they do video games, they do some American cartoons. David Matranga, my bad, is also is releasing his own film at the end of the year, and so it was, and some of them make their own music too. So I was like, wow, that's really great to, you know, hear all I can about these guys. Then after that, ended up going to a panel called Anime Seen It. If anybody remembers the game Seen It, where you're supposed to like answer these different, do these little games and trivia questions to, you know, guess what show or movie it's from. This time it was all based around anime. What they did was, I have some footage of this. What they did is split it up from left side of the room to right side of the room, and there were like 3 different categories. It was a headless character, basically kind of like altered screenshots, and also trivia questions. And the left side, I was on the right side, but yeah, the left side was crushing it. They only missed like probably like 1 or 2 questions, while we missed so many. It was a sad thing, but hey, it is what it is. And
let me just try to say this once, okay? This 1956 anime is considered as the earliest example of the mecha genre in Japanese media. It was later released in the United States in 1964 as Gigantor, Mazinger Z, UFO Robot Grandizer, Tetragen 29 Go, or Giant Robo.
if it isn't A, I go with D. If it isn't A, I go with D.
One more time. This 1956 anime. Why would it be a second one? Is considered.
This is the other team's
the
thing.
mecha genre in Japanese media.
If they get it wrong, it better be ours to get it right.
In 1964, as Gigantor, Mazinger Z, UFO Robot Grandizer, Tetragen 29 Go, or Giant Robo. These are all real series. I'm not making this up. I don't think I made this up.
Come on down, team right. Team right.
Yeah, we've been team wrong lately. I'm just saying.
On trivia, if you don't speak Japanese, Tatsumi's iron from Champion Johnson.
Who's gonna get it right? Are they gonna get it right? Are we gonna get it right? Who knows? Uh-oh, here comes their rep.
It appears like they have, but I mean, it's because it's not your question. All right. Yes. C. I got you. You guys got it.
Well, let's see what we get this time. What's gonna be our category?
All right. You guys are right there.
Really though?
You guys are going to be doing a headless character.
Woo! A chance to catch up. Maybe. 12's fine. Okay, no, all right. I don't know the name of him. I don't know the name of that mech. It's a unicorn. I don't know. We're deliberating. I have no idea what they're saying, and I don't want to bring the camera to their face. We have a question.
I have words on the screen, and you need to give them to me. That's the form that may take.
Do both.
Just say both. Just say no. Oh, not the pie. I didn't mention that. Yeah.
Oh God. All right, hey, we got a point. Then another thing that ended up happening was this year in review. This is the other panel that did the deaths to the 3 episode rule. They ended up doing like another discussion panel where they just invited the crowd to, you know, discuss some of the things that they've you know seen last year or done last year that they just feel like talking about. So, you know, they definitely spoke a lot about different anime stuff and manga stuff, but we also went a little bit into movies and then a little bit of pop culture. We, you know, had a little bit of a moment even paying respects to Etika, due to his suicide, and how that affected us all. And just mental health in general, how you should always reach out for help, even if it has to be through a hotline. Just, you know, don't make that be the first step you go to. You know, you don't want to, you know, give up your life. Always search for the light that you have available in life, even if it may be difficult. But yeah, great to hear that there's other people who have a love, who enjoyed the dub of my first girlfriend is a gal, because that dub is absolutely hilarious. And also some love from Grimgar, a fantasy, and Ash. Yo, like, it was so good to hear other people who actually really enjoyed it. And then even I was surprised to hear some people bring up Magical Girl Raising Project, because that show was definitely very interesting, and it was cool that other people actually enjoyed it as well. And it gave me a little bit of feeling of, wow, is this what it's like to actually talk about shows with people? Because I kind of don't. But it was a cool experience to actually do something like that. And then I got to go, after that I did go to what was called the masculinity in my anime, like panel that was kind of going into how gender norms and the culture within anime has, displayed gender roles and masculinity and femininity, and how that all plays into the culture that we all indulge in. I did not get to make it all the way through that panel because once again, work just tired me out and I just couldn't do it anymore. I was like, I had to go home. Another thing that I ended up missing that I think happened on Thursday, because I just didn't see it here in the schedule, but I'm pretty sure it was on the Thursday. Got to be part of another voice acting challenge thing, and man, this year, we got to actually do the competition. There are actual prizes and stuff this time. Did not make it into the next round, but it makes sense because there were some actually super talented people who really could do some very different and unique voices. So yeah, shout out to all those people, because I definitely have to say, they were way better than I. Especially since most of what I can imitate are like abridged series characters, and not like actual official versions of stuff. But yeah, definitely a fun time. Would definitely go again. Hopefully I'll be able to spend much more time at the con instead of having to be stuck at work through most of the day. That would be wonderful. But yeah, hope to be able to go to Hallmat, because I may not be able to go to as many cons this time because work is just killing me these days. But it is what it is. Yeah, that's kind of my wrap up. And if there's any other spare videos I have to place, it'll come after here. So that's it from me. Much love, peace. Threes.